everyone, and welcome back to Psychonauts. My name is Arrilani, and you're joining me on part 3 of our playthrough. Click the bottom annotation on your screen, which will take you to part 2 if you happen to miss that one, or click the top annotation on the screen, which will take you all the way back to part 1, if for whatever reason you decided to join me in the middle of this. And now that you are back on the right track, or if you were already on the right track, we are going to continue on with this playthrough.
Now in the main store, we have a special on Dream Fluffs. You hear me? Dream Fluffs. They're good for you. Keep a pocket full of these for a quick boost of mental health.
And I have never bought any of those. So, on this playthrough, we are actually going to Sasha Nine's lab, but before we do that, I'm actually going to take a little walk around the camp. And we'll actually see a little bit of what's there as well. You'll actually see the camp store as well today, but first we have to get through these two.
No passing.
But I need to get to Sasha Nine's secret lab.
Maybe you should have thought of that before.
I did think of that before. That's why I'm here now.
Exactly. Now you gotta pay the toll.
1 arrowhead.
Pay up.
I found this thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's an arrowhead.
How'd they get here?
Frankie, the new kid can't be this dumb, right?
The camp's built on an Indian burial ground and...
Oh my gosh! Indians buried their dead here?
Ew! I hope not. No, stupid. They buried their arrowheads here.
They're hidden underground, but they let out a little gas once in a while.
Just like Coach Oleander.
So if you see any of that stuff, just pull them right out.
Like truffles.
Anyway, let me have one of yours.
And that's unavoidable because they have to explain to you what arrowheads are for whatever stupid reason there is, and so they take one of your arrowheads.
Whoa there, you. Come here, you. Can't do the scavenger hunt without a list. Report back to me when you have enough items for your first promotion. Now get!
So this is another thing that you can do here. Pretty much if you're looking for that 100% completion, there is a scavenger hunt. As you can see what it says here, find 8 items and you'll be promoted 4 ranks. Find the other 8 and you'll get another 4 ranks. So there's a total of 16 different items. They're all over the place. And once you collect it, you actually get a little bit of insight into it, maybe about where it's from, what happened, etc., etc. I have actually not completed this, or even completed the first 8 items. You can continue on without doing so. If you just collect your figments along the way, get the items that you need, do all the fun stuff, you should be just fine to be able to even beat the game without it. But if you're looking for 100% completion, this is another thing for you to complete.
So where do I... Hey, where'd he go? How does that old guy get around so fast?
So, this is the next part of the camp area. This is the main campgrounds. And I seem to be going slower than usual. I could just be losing my mind. I'm not entirely sure. So, this is the main campgrounds. As you can see from here, you can actually get pretty much anywhere, I believe. There's the parking lot down there, and we're actually right here is the where the camp store is. So we're actually going to walk in here, and I'm going to show you the camp store so you see things that we would have to buy later on. So the camp store is over here with him.
Excuse me.
I told you them burgers ain't ready.
No you didn't.
The coals ain't hot. They're not gonna be done for a while. And maybe a week.
A week?
They're back-ordered. I'm the only one back here. These things take time.
I don't even want a hamburger.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? So, what do you want? Oh, that's my last cobweb duster. Take that into someone's mind with you. You can clean up. They're happy to be... Now with that, you can change the color of some of your psi powers, like your levitation ball. Now here's something every young psi cadet needs. Now that dowsing rod will help you find arrowheads that are buried deep. That's right. Now, you take that psi core there, put it together with 9 psi cards, and you'll have yourself a brand new side challenge marker, which is worth a whole dream fluffs. Delicious, nutritious, and cheap.
That's it for now.
All right, go get more arrowheads and come on back. Support your local merchants.
So he ends up talking quite a bit when you're trying to do that, and I didn't want to explain anything. If you can see the top left, that's the cobweb duster. That's the one that costs 800 arrowheads, and it clears out the mental cobwebs. It is a necessary item and actually a main objective in the storyline, because as I said, there are some levels that you actually have to have that in order to pass. But trying to find 800 arrowheads on its own is just massively difficult, and I don't think this game ever expects anyone to do it themselves. But finding 50 arrowheads to get the dowsing rod, which is in the bottom right, is a different story. And that one helps you find the arrowheads that are buried underground, like deep underground. And when you get those, you can get... I've gotten up to 100 arrowheads in one sitting just by using the dowsing rod. So that's how you get the 800. The psychors, which is in the bottom on the bottom in the middle, those are required if you want to complete 9 cards to get yourself a new challenge marker. The top right, top middle, and bottom left, I've never bought any of them. The top middle just changes the color of your double jump ball, which you do that, or when you eventually get the skill to use levitation, it changes that as well. Then there's the one on the top right, which is just a magnet, which I'm assuming gathers up like the mental health balls, and some of the other ones that you'll see later on, they gather them around to you. And the one on the bottom left is like portable health. So you take that around with you. If your health starts getting low, then you use that and you can restore some of your health. So I just wanted to show you that for a little bit. We're actually going to go back out here because I don't need to buy anything right now. So there's the store, and that's someplace you'll actually see me go back to a couple different times, because if I do collect enough cards, I'm going to use the store, and we're just going to go with that. So, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere special. Before, when I played through it, I ran around and looked through every single little detail.
Hey, it's the king of the obstacle course!
Hey, Raz! You're awesome! You must be a Psychonaut by now!
Yeah, or even a double Psychonaut!
Oh no, not yet. But soon. Wow, those two are so nice.
Yes, there's something hidden about them. No, I don't really know what that is. But I did see there's a card up there, and since they're up here, and since they're up here, I can just go ahead. Oh, no, don't fall off. Grab the card. Coach Oleander, just shut up. Okay, so we go down here, and from there, we're just going to run around, and we're going to go this way. So I ran around and I looked at everything because it was the first time that I played it, but since this is my own playthrough, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to go to where we need to go. So, this is the GPC, I believe it's called, and you'll actually hear what it's actually called here.
Hey, you're that new kid, ain't you?
Well, I'm doing some advanced training right now, as a matter of fact. So I don't think New Kid is really a name that you want to get too used to saying.
Hold on there. You're not doing Sasha Nine's advanced training that he does in his secret underground lab, are you? Hidden deep within the iron walls of the GPC, where no one can hear you screaming?
Why, yes, I am.
Sakes alive.
Well, nice knowing you.
So they're nice.
Hey, was that you? Looking at me?
Maybe you should try getting over yourself? There were a lot of other people on that stage besides you.
No, just now, in the woods. No. It must have been something else. You don't smell like pond scum.
Nice. You should write greeting cards.
There was some sort of shadowy being out there, lurking, watching.
I know of only one creature who fits that description. It likes to hide in dark places, silently watching unsuspecting children from a distance.
Really? Who?
You, tree sitter!
Oh, isn't she nice too? So we're gonna continue on into here, which is actually where we are supposed to go next.
I saw Nils peeking into a hole in the girls'
Oh, shut up.
cabin.
I'm hiding.
And I thought,
Thanks. I thought I was gonna have to eat my own arm.
What is this thing?
It's a GPcita, geodesic psycho-isolation chamber.
Oh man, cool!
Cool? Do you have any idea what this does?
Something cool?
No. It's a six-sensory deprivation tank, a hermetically sealed metaphysical hotbox. It's solitary confinement for psychics.
Nasty. And the coach locked you inside it?
Nah, the staff hasn't put any kids in the GPC since the 50s. Bobby threw me in here.
Bully and dwarf accomplice should assault own size or larger only. While in cooler, perhaps notice gigantic bear with skin where hair should be?
I didn't see anything in there. That's the whole point.
Just so. Empty now. Good luck, small ones.
Hey, wait!
So he was locked in there by Bobby because Bobby's a jerk and we all just absolutely hate him. But it is actually where I need to be going, so we're going to head back up here. I know it was silent as I kind of went up here, but we're going to go back in here.
Looks like one of the buttons is missing.
Lo and behold, this is how you get to your inventory. So as you can see, there's the... Oh, I hate trying to use the inventory. There's the smelling salts that you were given by Maloof at the beginning of basic braining. If you use those in any mind, it kicks you out of their mind, and then you just kind of stand there awkwardly. And then there's the button that he gave us. If you hit this button, here, this is actually where your powers would be found. Unfortunately, we don't have any powers right now. This is it shows as merit badges. That's why it says the basic braining one viewable in the journal. But this is what I'm looking for right now. So we hit that, plop the button on. And that's how you get into the secret lab.
Agent 9, I'm here for the advanced training.
And so there's things all over the place. So we're going to drop down here. There's a card. We're going to drop over here. No, it's up. Yes, it's up. There's one other that I know of, and I'm going to go get that too. Just because there's very little actually here inside his lab, and I can't see. No, on the paper. We're gonna jump over here, run along here, climb up here. This is actually one of the scavenger or scavenger list pieces, so they are scattered everywhere. And then I think I saw. Yes, there is.
So what are we gonna learn? Bending spoons? Burning stuff? I've been hearing a lot about head explosion, and I was wondering...
Science, Rasputin. That is what we practice down here, not parlor tricks. If you are serious about exploring the possibilities of your mind, step up to the Brain Tumbler, and we'll begin.
Brain Tumblr?
So this is the Brain Tumblr. We're going to be coming back here a couple different times. And
So,
there we go.
what's this hairdryer thing do?
Ah, you're ready for the Brain Tumbler. With this device, we will send you deep into your own psyche, where you should find unparalleled insight and power.
Excellent! Tumble away.
Now just relax. This will not hurt, unless something really very bad happens.
Wow. Is this what the inside of my mind looks like?
Not yet. You're still traveling to the astral plane. This is a tiny corner of what we call the collective unconscious, a place in which all of our unconscious minds are connected. You have just begun your training, Rasputin, so many of the connections with other minds are still not developed for you, and those doorways remain just out of reach. But the more you explore the mental world, the more connections you will form. Right now, the only unconscious world you can enter is that one. Your own. Step through it, and we'll continue.
So as he said, this is the collective unconscious. This place you actually don't come to very often, unless you probably use the Brain Tumblr on your own. It's something I just never ended up doing because I was just so interested in completing it. But it's through here that you'll actually, these doors actually open as you go through the worlds. So they each match up to a different mind. So for instance, probably once we're done with this experiment, if I really chose to come back here, it's actually this one right here, because you can tell from that lit up tag. This would actually lead me back to the basic braining obstacle course. And as you can see, there are 4 different little lit up areas on each one. So you see the top one is the top left one. Sorry, that's the emotional baggage. The bottom left is the vaults. The top right is the cobwebs, and the bottom right, I believe, are the figments. I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to see what it looks like. It looks like a bunny to me, but I can't really tell. And then this one over here, it says Our Own Mind, or the Brain Tumblr Experiment. So this is actually where we go now.
Rasputin, can you hear me?
Sasha? Where am I?
You are inside your own mind, but I'm not sure where. Tell me, what can you see?
I see a rundown gypsy caravan.
Do you recognize it?
Yes. It's where I was born.
I see. Compelling.
So it's in here that we actually do the Brain Tumblr experiment. I want you, come here. There's actually a vault right here that we can go to. I just have to catch up to it and punch it. Punch, there we go. So this is now a Rasputin memory, Rasputin's getaway. So it's showing his family doing their circus acts. And so it just shows a little bit more into Rasputin's memory and his past, and how he actually got himself away from his family to go to Whispering Rock Summer Camp. So it actually shows, as you can see here, he took the world's smallest pony from here, and then caught a ride from somebody else, and they dropped him off here. So, like I said, each one of these little vaults does show off a little bit of insight into that person's mind, into their past, and it's kind of fun to be able to see them and see what actually happens. So this right here, yeah, we're actually in Rasputin's mind, which to me seems like something that they would do towards the end, and it was kind of cool that they did it towards the beginning. But unfortunately, I'm going to actually end this episode here. It's a little bit earlier than usual, but I don't want to go starting off into that mind until after, or until the next episode, I should say. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you all so much for joining me on part 3. Tune in next time for part 4, where we actually enter Rasputin's mind and you actually see the Brain Tumblr experiment, and we continue on in our adventure of Psychonauts.